Hello and welcome to this edition of Ask Dr. Robyn. I'm Dr. Robyn Silverman, Child and Teen Development Specialist and the creator of the Powerful Words Character System. Happy June 2014. Today's letter is from Rena in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, who writes, Dear Dr. Robyn, I admit that my husband and I are both sports nuts, and doing well in sports is something our family is known for. My children are both in several sports during the year. Unfortunately, they are good sports when they win, but they are really bad sports when they lose. I'd love some tips on how to change their attitudes. Well, thank you, Rena, for your question and for your honesty. I really appreciate that. Children tend to absorb the attitudes of those around them. So your children may be picking up on their parents' love of sports and reading it as love of winning. While everyone loves to win, of course, we don't want our children to inadvertently assume that not winning means not liking the activity. Here are some tips to help your children become good sports, even when the competition doesn't go their way. Number one, watch what you say as a spectator. When watching sports on TV or from the stands, what do you say when your team or your favorite competitor is losing? What do you say when things are going well? When we connect the outcome of winning or losing to our own attitudes, our children pick up on it. So be sure to stay positive even when you don't think you're going to see a win that day. Number two, praise the competition in terms of positives. What happens when the competition is over? It's important for parents to commend their children on what they did right, rather than focus on what they did wrong. That's something that coaches are there for. When parents turn into sideline coaches, the children are going to lose the support they need from those they trust the most. Number three, ask your children what they did right. After the competition or at the end of the day, ask your children for 3 things that made them feel really proud during the competition. What went well? What kind of effort did the children show? How did the team work well together? When the children can see sports for the joy, the fun, the skills they bring to their lives, their attitudes are going to improve. Number 4, reframe your hidden agenda. Are you in competition with a friend or another parent when it comes to how well your children fare in sports and other competitions? I know it's a tough one, but be honest with yourself. Determine what you really want your children to get out of their experience in sports and in their competition, and keep that in the forefront of your mind when you're watching them, watching sports on TV or watching from the stands. Next, be forthright with your values. Be upfront about what you want your children to take away from their experience in sports and competition. Let them know what you don't want to see as well. Just as you set rules and privileges and consequences of how you want your children to act at home, be sure that they know what is expected of them as a competitor. And when they know what is acceptable and expected, they'll be able to strive to meet those expectations. That's all for this edition of Ask Dr. Robyn. Please continue to send in your questions, and it may just be featured next time. In the meantime, I hope you make it a very powerful month. Goodbye, everyone.